This is Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams.
We are Church Without Walls.
And we are here today to give you information that you don't normally get at church.
We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12.
Call in with your comment or your questions, and we'll be glad to try and answer them for you. If we don't have the answer today, we will get it to you on a message.
Don't you dare miss it.
This is Congressman Cedric Richmond, and you're watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, this is Stan Schofield, and I'm inviting all of my KWK family and my family to watch Church Without Walls, 11 o'clock on Mondays, for the greatest and latest show around. Thank you.
I'm Cynthia Lee Shang, and you're watching Church Without Walls on New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe Lapinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. You are listening to Church Without Walls, and also many of y'all watching Church Without Walls. We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12, Central Standard Time. I'm your host, Charles Stewart. Also, your host is the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams. We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12. We are Church Without Walls. We're in the beautiful studios of the New Orleans Talk Network. We come every Monday to share with you the wisdom and knowledge that God has gave us and what we have learned talking to our brothers and sisters. You out there, everyone that watching and everyone that is listening, you are the church. We are the church. And we should go out and spread good news and hope that we can increase the joy in people's life. Everyone deserves a good quality of life. Everyone should enjoy life. And many times, the Bible for our church going listening audience, Jesus died that we may have life. The Bible tells us more abundantly. So we should enjoy life. Everything on this earth, God people should have it. It's just that we don't understand how to get it. And the show is designed for us to come together as God people and share information. And Church Without Walls, we provide the topic and y'all provide the conversation. So we ask that you would get in the conversation with us. And Dr. William and I, if you ask us something that we don't understand or we don't know, give us a week and we'll come back. We will answer that question for you. And we thank you to everyone for watching and listening every week. We thank you, Dr. William and myself. We love you for watching and listening every week. It's been a week. Saturday was the election. We want to give congratulations to the winner and the one that didn't live. We thank them for offering their service to serve. And we pray that God would bless their family. We know that somebody had to win and somebody had to lose. And for the one that didn't win, we thank you for working so hard. And some of the ideas that you have, hope the one that did win, hope that they would make that part of their platform and a part of their administration. Secondly, we want congratulations, Dino Banana, who won in District 2. I think this was his first time running, and he He won his race. Congratulations to him. He won in District 2. Want to say congratulations to Byron Lee, who going back on the council for a third time. And God bless him and his family. I know he served for 8 years, and so this would be going back one more time. So God have blessed him that he had the victory Saturday night, and we pray that he would do. We praying for him and his family that God would bless him, that he would hear the ears of the people and listen to the people, and that he would be a great councilman. He done won. So only thing that the community can do is work with him. And also to everyone that have, I think Mr. Bowie in New Orleans won, to everyone that God bless them to be elected. That's something that I know that they're proud of, and their family and the supporter are proud of. And the governor, he won for his second term. I think this is the first time since the 70s that a Democrat have won re-election. Normally a Democrat, I think after Edwin Edwards had left, he won for a second time. But since that time, a Democrat have got like one term in the governorship. So Mr. Edward is going. He won his re-election, and I think it's been since the 70s since someone have a Democrat have won the seat back to back. I know Mr. Foster. He was able to win for 2 terms, but I think it's the first time since the 70s that a Democrat have won election back to back. And Dr. William and I today, we're going to open up the conversation and the phone to our viewing and listening audience. The governor got 98 cents. Last time I seen it, he got 98% of the African American vote. Our topic today is for they get 98% of the African American vote. What is the African American? What we going to gain for that? I know many people I seen was excited, saying we got to make sure that the governor get in there. And Dr. William, I think that in my opinion, that the governor, he wasn't worried about that when it come down to the African American community. He wasn't worried about how we were going to vote. He worried about if we was going to vote. And I think that have hurt the black community for a long time, Dr. Williams. I say a long, long time. Since I was a little kid, or when it come to a Democrat, they only worry about if we going to vote. They know how we going to vote. They just worry about if we going to vote. And I heard him in an acceptance speech Saturday night, and he said that some of the things that he's going to do, and some of the things I know I hear people in the background was hollering, screaming, and for him, they were so happy. And some of the things he say he's going to do, he say he's going to raise minimum wages. And I know people that making $7-something an hour would be proud of that. And also, he say he's going to have equal pay for equal work. That means for women. So if women, anyone out there that working a job and a man was making more than you, they said for too long that women don't get the same salary that as men get. But most of your job, I think, 75% of the job, maybe 80% of the job, if a woman, a female is qualified, she get the same thing a man get. Now in corporate America, say the big millionaire company, I think it's somewhat different. That's only 1 or 2 or 3%. But I think across the nation, if a woman's qualified, I think he could pay something. They got many women make more money than men make, and I know I know a few friends I done had. Their wife complained to me that their husband had a problem because she made more money than he did, and so that's one of the things the governor addressed. I don't want to get off the subject. He said that he could pay, but he could work. And another thing that he said that he gonna put a lot of money into early childhood for kindergarten kids. So I think that's something great. He's gonna put more money into school. I think he gave teachers a rating, and he talked about he gonna do road and bridges, and also he talked about how in the state of Louisiana that one thing that, like no others, he said that this what caught my attention, Dr. Williams. He said in the state of Louisiana, he said that we not only party in second line, we go vote too. And that hit a nerve with me, Dr. Williams, because I did not hear him say not one thing that he was going to do to increase the quality of life and promote black businesses. And that's if it was any time in America, in every state, African American businesses need help. They need. That's one thing I do know as being a businessman myself, that African American business do need help, and that wasn't in his speech nowhere. And Dr. Williams, the point that our subject today, we voted African American vote 98% of African Americans voted for the governor. I think that the governor, John Bel Edwards, and Mr. Responding, it should have been the African American community should have had demanded a debate between the two, between the Republican and the Democrat. The question should have been, what are you going to do to increase the quality of life for both of us? It should be a competition between the Republican Party and the Democratic Party until the African American community, Dr. Williams, realized that we always gonna be behind the eight ball, because I know and believe in my heart that Democrat candidate, they don't worry about how we gonna vote. They worry about if we gonna vote, cause they know if we go in there, they looking for that D and they gonna put a lever for Democrats. So I would say, Dr. Williams, that the African American community, they need to put aside, what party they are. They need the incorporation. What you gonna do when you win, Mr. Respondent? I'm more than sure if he knew and had an idea that the African American community would put a legal for him, all he had to do, that man spent $10 million responding to try to get to beat Mr. Edwards. He brought the president of the United States in here 3 times. But Mr. Respondent, I believe that if he knew that African Americans would vote for him, he wouldn't worry about bringing no president. He said, well, I'm going to compete just as hard as Mr. Edwards for that vote. And if you got a competition, Reverend Williams, people going to listen to you right now. I don't see they may have some program in place that I don't know anything about. I know we get limited information, but I don't see nothing that you're going to get more of the same with Mr. Edwards, like they say, like they gonna I think the words out on the street said if the Republican win, they're gonna close down the black schools. They ain't gonna close down no black school, Reverend Williams. You know that, and I know that. They gonna close down Southern and Grambling. I mean, they do that, where they gonna set all them nail issue? They ain't finna happen.
I think it's more talking about the, secondary education.
Reverend William, before we get into that, let's take a break. We're going to take our first break. And, man, Dr. William and I, we're going to be debating upon the African-American give away their vote every year and get nothing for it. And if you want to get in on that conversation, give us a call, 1-563-999-1808. Again, 1-563-999-1808. You want to get in on the conversation, give us a call. You are listening and you are watching Church Without Walls.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
This is Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams.
We are Church Without Walls.
And we are here today to give you information that you don't normally get at church.
We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12.
Call in with your comment or your questions, and we'll be glad to try and answer them for you. If we don't have the answer today, we will get it to you on a message.
Don't you dare miss it.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
We are back. You are listening and you are watching Church Without Walls. Your hosts are the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams and Charles Stewart. We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12, Central Standard Time in the beautiful studio of the New Orleans Talk Network. This morning we are talking about the governor race and all the races that had happened. If anyone want to give a call to say why your candidate won, if you want to ask us why you think they lost. But our main topic today, we're talking about the governor race. He got 98% of the African American vote. And what do we get for it besides he bragged on about he get a second line party and they second line and go vote. Besides the second line, Dr. Williams, what else do we get out of that?
Well, see, Dr. Charles, that's one of the things that we as a race of people have to be mindful of. When we start looking at, you come into our community and you're having all of these parties, the second line and all this stuff, that's all good and fine, but what do we get after the party is over?
Yeah.
What do we get after the parties are over? If you want us to go out and vote, and let me just say this, it's not just the black race of people voting, it's the white race of people voting too, because we must have unity in our vote to improve our community within Louisiana. So we can't have somebody just coming in and doing a little something for this race of people on this side and a little something for this race of people on this side. We have to try and bring the community together as a whole. The unity of us coming together will determine how our communities will improve. And we can get on here and talk about just the black race of people and what we have, but that's not helping us. We need to talk about people as a whole, not just the white race, the black race, the Mexican race, the Chinese race, or any other race of people. We need to try and get people to come together as a whole. And that means that sometimes what we need to do is have town hall meetings and discuss some of the things that we need done in the community. And once we know what we need to make our community better, not just because you want the black votes, the black to go out and vote, and that shows us that as a black race of people, we have a president to get out and vote. We have that president to get out and vote, and if we fail to do that, then our vote doesn't count. You have other races that have come into our community and seem to be advancing more than we are advancing. You know, now you've got gas stations on every corner, and we own none of them. We've got banks in the community, and we own none of them. We've got supermarkets in our community, and we own none of them. And some people just decide whether they're going to take it out of your community, and they leave. And when they leave, what do we have? We have nothing. So how do we improve all of that? We need to look at the government that's in control right now and ask him a question. How can we improve ourselves? How can we improve our community? What about our school system? These schools, a lot of schools on the West Bank have been closed. I'm talking about schools that had elementary programs in it. Those schools have been closed. So we need to look at our councilmen, look at our government, look at our state representative, and say, what are you going to do about this? Those are things that you need in the community. Education is something that's needed in the community. How do we get that to become everything that we want it to become? And who do we hold responsible for it? If you got to go all the way to the head. So that John Bel Edwards have to do something to improve some of those things that are going on in the community. Senators have to do some of the things that are going on in this community. Don't just come around when it's time for you to vote. Have a communication with us before. The parish presidents have to have a president for what's going on in the community. And once you work with that system, then you can see things actually beginning to build up. But that system is not being improved. If all you want is my vote, you're going to sit there for your term, and after your term is up, then you're going to come back and want my vote again. But what have you done?
But Dr. Williams, that conversation been going on since that I can remember when. My question is, when is the African American community gonna understand that? I mean, without competition, I mean, just say you got a grocery store in the West Bank, like we're at 7601 West Bank Expressway. Say they got a gas station on the corner of Victory Drive. And they say if they don't have a gas station in the next 20 miles away, he can sell his gas for anything he wants to sell it for because he have no competition. So it's the same way like in the governor race, like with Mr. Edward. A lot of people brag, say he saved this. I think he done did a decent job because since the state was in an uproar when he took over. But I'm saying that when it come down to our community, it's like we don't exist. You only got a handful of people that really advance from the administration. I mean, he done won now, so if he didn't did it in the first 4 years, why should he want to do something now? But what I'm saying to you, Dr. Williams, is they have a golden opportunity when these races come up and it's compatible. The African American is the oldest race of people that I know, and I'm a one myself, is that when it comes down to government, we is all Democrats. Get me real good what I'm saying, Dr. Williams. We all Democrat. I wouldn't be no Republican because that's David Duke party. I don't give a damn who party it is. Your family need to eat. You want to enjoy the quality of life. So if they, I guarantee you, if we check in the state of Louisiana, if you check the Vietnamese, any experienced people, I bet you 50% to 40% of them is Democrat and 40% is Republican. They banners. And the other would be in the middle independent. Why is the African American community, why are we all Democrats? I mean, like if you're on this side of the ship, why you can't be banner?
What you got to remember is that, and I talked with many Vietnamese, and after they got over and got themselves settled here, and what the Vietnamese did was they went to the Republican Party and told them, "This is what we need." And when they said, "This is what we need," this is what we need to help our community, they agreed to give it to them. So they said, "Well, okay, let's say they say, well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you our votes. Right now, you're all 60-40. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you all 60 if we can get this for our people." And they agreed to give it to them, so they gave them their vote. So the same thing. It doesn't matter whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. You need to set a system in place where you can have enough authority or enough power to say to the powers that be, if you want our vote, then you're going to have to give us something or put something in our community that will help the people. That's not happening. And until that does happen, we're going to always be, as you say, behind the 8 ball.
Right. And it's a shame because, like I say, Mr. Responding, when I look at some of the things that he have did in his personal life, the man done did a lot of great things. I mean, the race over with now, but I think that if he would have started his campaign off, the people that supported him, what a family guy is, where he came from, the African American community, if he would have had competed, he probably would have cost some of mine, but he didn't see no opportunity that the black community, because in the state of Louisiana, all you need is, if you ain't got that D behind your name, an African American not gonna vote for you. That need to change.
Responding felt that the president coming down here and backing him would give him more authority than he needs to command the votes from the people.
Okay, you said to command the vote from what people though?
Who command the vote from all the people. Now, he wasn't just focusing on one race of people. He was focusing on
he know that African American in the state of Louisiana don't support Trump.
They know that's not the Trump been selling a bill of goods since he got in the presidential office.
No, Doc Williams, let's stay focused with the
okay, he's a master salesman. Okay, you're talking about.
But why would he want to reach out to Trump? Because in the state of Louisiana, we can't get around that. The state of Louisiana, African America not gonna vote for a Republican. The only way they vote for a Republican if they got two Republicans in the race, so they'll choose one of them. But if they had two people in the race, whoever Democrat, they're gonna put their leader for.
Well, let me ask you a question, Charles. Let's say you got a Republican and a Democrat.
Right.
But that Republican, the person that's that Republican is going to give you more than that person in the Democrat is going to give to you.
They still ain't going to vote for him in the state of Louisiana. They going to say, all the Democrat got to do is say that's the party of David Duke, and that's a wrap. Well, that's all they got to say. The Republicans say, I'm going to build you a new house.
That mentality have to change.
Well, I mean, but how do it change? What start to change? That's why I say it
when
become
people start
on
doing
our
research
leader.
People start doing research on these people that you want to put in office. When you start doing a research, you got internet and you got more tools available for you to do research on these people and what they have done. use the tools that are available to you to do a research on these people to find out exactly
Yeah,
what
but
they have done.
what the problem is, they're not going to do no research. They just say that's all they worry about is he's a Democrat. How do their mindset change?
So if we've got Democrats that's not giving us what we need, what you going to continue putting Democrats in office?
Well, it's been done ever since I can remember.
Well, that has to change.
Well, I mean, but if when they are going to change, is God going to let us live long enough to see the change?
We got to stop dreaming about things and start making things happen for ourselves.
But how do it start to changing though?
Stop dreaming. Make your dreams come alive. Make your dreams come up in the front. If you're a dreamer, you can always dream and act upon the ideas of other people, what other people's dreams are. You have to start working toward making your dreams come true, activating those dreams for yourself. We're not doing that. And until we start doing that, we're always going to be living on. It's like if you have a dream, and I'm only concerned with your dream, okay, and I've got dreams, but I'm not doing anything to make my dreams come true. You got people who watch dreams, people who make dreams happen. You know, you got to start activating some things within you to make some things happen for you. If you don't start doing that, then you're never going to meet the expectation of what God has placed in you.
But we're gonna have to take another break, and we would like to invite the listening viewing audience. If you would like to get in on this conversation, you more than welcome. 1-563-999-1808. You are listening and you are watching Church Without Wall, Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams and Charles Stewart. We'll be back.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
Yep.
This is Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams.
We are Church Without Wall.
And we are here today to give you information that you don't normally get at church.
We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12.
Call in with your comment or your questions, and we'll be glad to try and answer them for you. If we don't have the answer today, we will get it to you on a message.
Don't you dare miss it.
New year, new show. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M. Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m., right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.
We are back. You are listening to Church Without Wall in the studio in the New Orleans Talk Network. We located at 7601 West Baker Expressway, Studio B. You'd like to call us again, 1-563-999-1808. And we on the air every Monday morning, 11 to 12. We also tell you we're on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. So we're always excited to come to you every Monday morning. We would like to have a conversation with you, and we would like for you to talk back to us. And Dr. William and I, we are talking about how the governor got 98% of the African American vote. What is they going to get for? And Dr. William, you probably hear that the Democratic Party, they got many people, the governor people got many people to talk to most of your pastors all over the state. And they gave them a script to tell their members that if Mr. Respondent win, they're going to close all the black universities. They're
not going to close the black university. They may close some of the elementary school and stuff in Louisiana, but they're not going to close the black university. But one thing is that those people in those communities are not going to let you close. Grambling and Southern will never be closed.
No, but they intimidate. They use that going to take away their food stamp. I mean,
when you start talking about taking away people's food stamp, you got more Caucasians on food stamp than you got black folks on, because black folks have always been taught how to survive,
right,
with a little or nothing. So you're not gonna find them jumping out of windows and stuff because you took them. They're gonna find a way to survive. And so those are tricks of the trade that people use, scare tactics. And you don't let that determine how you're going to vote and what your dreams are for the future. You don't do that.
But Dr. Williams, that's the manuscript they give all pastors. They tell them, well, you got to let your people know that if
Dr. Charles,
if that responding win,
my plight
they're
is,
going to do this.
And the reason for this show is to see if we can't unitize the pastors and the ministers in this area to come together and hold constructive meeting with their congregation to determine what the need is for the people in the community, and then be educated enough to when it comes time for me to go out and vote, I know exactly how to vote rather than guessing or assuming. And as they always told us, to assume something is to make an ass out of yourself. So
Rev William, that ain't happening though, man.
It's time for it to happen. Yeah, we as a people have to start making things like that happen.
It make a change. I mean, it's simple for the governor, whether Republican or Democrat. It's really easy for them to give a pastor $1,000 for his anniversary. Give him, put him on the side, give him a couple of $1,000.
Let's just say they did give the pastor $1,000 for his anniversary. Who does that help? One person?
Right.
You got a congregation of the average community have a congregation of at least 250 plus members in their church. Now if you have those amount of people that are constructively educated to vote the right way, then you can have the authority to demand certain things for your people. But if you're not doing that, then that's not going to happen. So people, as you said, when is that going to happen? It's time for it to happen now, not tomorrow.
All right.
You can't live in the past. The past, your past is just that. It's your past. You got to live in the present so that you can prepare yourself for your future.
But Rev, I agree with you on that. But to me, it's sad, and like I said, many pastors, I've been knowing them over the years. I love them, I respect them, but I hate to say it a lot of time, because it's in my heart to say it, is that they I guess they said it ain't broke, don't fix it. The sort of word they use. But I'm saying that our people, the Bible said,
see what you say.
We do some of the Bible, really. Let me get this point in. We get some of the Bible. The Bible said the people perish by the lack of knowledge. Now, the conversation we had this morning, I guarantee you that if we would have had Mr. Responding and Mr. Edwards sat down, said, even in the studio, said side by side, said we invite both of y'all gentlemen here. We know both of y'all love the state. Now we want to know if you win, Mr. Respond. Now you, Mr. Edwards, you win. The same question gonna go to both of y'all. What are you planning to help the African American community? And the way you help us is not by us having a party or dance. You threatened us about the university gonna shut down. We don't want to hear nothing about. They tell me Southern Grammar dormitory so bad they about to fall apart. Matter of fact, that's what I'm told by our people that ain't no venue. But the bottom line is, it should have been, what are you going to do to elevate the African American business? And if we have our own business, and if the money is the root of all evil, they say you got to have money to function. So long as there is a few people getting money, the rest of them going, well, you always gonna be standing on them. But they should have had both of those guys to go before the African American community, and we should make them compete for our vote, not just one guy worried about having a doggone party, a second line party, and we go vote. We second line and go vote. Second line. What that done for the community? And the shame part about it, they had pastors in New Orleans having a second line party. They get people to go vote when they should have said, hey, Responding and Edward, hey, y'all set y'all butt down here. We want to know what y'all going to do to help us, man. I mean, you said a word a while ago when the second line over with, what do we go from there? The party over with. And Saturday night, they second line, they had party, everybody was ha, ha, ha. Now that's over with. Now, where do we go from here?
Charles, listen to what you said a little while ago. You said if you got a car, right?
Right.
And your car is running, but certain things are malfunctioning in it, right?
Right.
So until you get that straight, until you bring it to the shop and get it straight, you're going to continue to have that malfunction.
Right.
Well, it's the same thing with the votes of the people. As long as you, and I say it all the time, as long as you always do what you've always done, you're going to always get what you've always got.
Right.
So until you change that, and people want to say, well, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? It's time for it to happen now, not tomorrow.
Right.
It's time for it to happen now. You got to prepare yourself in the present so that your future can be better than it is now. You can't live in the past.
Right.
The past is gone. You can look back there, but you can't go back there. But you can make things better for yourself by correcting those things that you did wrong in the past in your present, so that your future will not look the same as your past.
Right.
And that's not happening. That's what we have to do. We have to learn how to do things like that. We need to start creating a system where instead of let's just say, for instance, in District 3 race, you have to start preparing somebody today for tomorrow. You got to start preparing somebody that's going to be looking down the road in the future and see, well, we need this person here in school. His education is due. He catches on too quick. He has a vision for the future. You have to start preparing people like that for the future, so that when it comes time for you to put somebody up to be elected in that place, you know that person have enough education, they've learned a thing. You have to be mentor to people that you want to put in that position. If you don't train somebody to be in that position, you're going to always be where you've always been.
Right.
And that's what our people have to learn how to do. We talk about the black votes and black candidates. But if you got somebody who's going to get up there and allow everybody to tell them what to do, that they're going to work toward the dreams of somebody else instead of their own dream, then you're going to always have problems.
Right. Well, Dr. Williams, one thing that I commit to our viewing audience and listening audience, if the good Lord spare my life, and I'll be around the next governor race, a Republican or a Democrat, I don't care who it is, to be David Duke, Miss Pinto, or anybody that running, I want you to sit down. I want to hear what you got to say. I'm going to kind of work hard as I can to get a debate between those 2 or 3 individuals, whoever running, get a promise to the African American community that you're interested in improving our quality of life.
I tell you what, John Bel Edwards won. Okay, so let's publicly right now put it on the air to have him to see what he commit to coming on the show and talk about his plans for Louisiana in the future.
I doubt very sure you get him now. He done won now.
We can propose.
Why he can't? He only can serve 4 more years. I mean, he term limit, so he have no reason we would have had to do that before he won.
Well, no.
But
right now, you need to know from John Bel Edwards, what are your plans for Louisiana? Why, if you don't want to come on this show, get on some show.
But if you done won the game already, why you gonna
so stop
replay
looking at what that's looking at the past. Let's look at the present. What are we
give
gonna do
his office a call and see what response you gonna get.
Well, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, give him a call. We'd love to have me in the studio, but I doubt it very serious. I mean,
well, if he don't want to come on this studio, if he don't want to come on this,
he don't have to deal with that.
At least create a panelism where you can get on TV and say to the people of Louisiana, these are my plans for Louisiana now. You know, let's not look at yesterday. Let's look at where we're going from today on. You know, put that before him. What are your plans for Louisiana? I think that's something that the people need to know. We have a government.
That's something that you have to get a commitment before those guys win. I mean,
all they can do is
all this promise that he done made is locked down now.
If we send him a proposal and they don't want to come, at least the opportunity is there. You don't want to come to New Orleans Talk Network, get on some show. You have the authority. Command the broadcast. Sit and tell the people what's your expectation, what you plan for Louisiana now. Why not do that? What will that hurt?
We got to take our last break. I think the producer saying we need to take our last break. And after we take our last break, we're going to continue to talk about why is the African Americans are not getting anything for their vote. You are listening and you are watching Church Without Walls.
I just told you why.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1492.
Hi, I'm Prophetess Charlene Duforce.
And I'm Bishop Carol Duforce Sr.
And we're from Living Witnesses Ministries.
And we also have a program on the internet called Living by the Word Daily. And we're seen every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon Central Time on the New Orleans Talk Network.
And we would like to invite you to tune in with us every Wednesday morning. Again, 11 to 12 noon Central Daylight Time. Please join us as we teach the Word of God. Thank you and God bless.
God bless you.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
We are back. You are listening, church. You are listening and you're watching Church Without Walls every Monday morning, 11 to 12 Central Standard Time. Reverend William, in our last few minutes before we close the show out, I noticed that during the election last week, and I noticed the last week of the campaign, some endorsement that people, I noticed a lot of literature that was sent out. Some of it I looked at and read, and I found, like politics change sometimes. That you be reminded. I seen one mail out. I told some people I had to laugh. I said they got the living dead review ballot out. I seen a lot of politicians on one postcard that I haven't seen in a long time. Endorsing candidate, I haven't seen them in. I thank God they still around. I haven't seen them in a while, and haven't heard anything from the former tax assessor Lawrence H. Hardy, out the gas. Them Coulon, all them guys still around, and God bless them that they still around. And I noticed that they still have an interest in government, and they certainly had an interest in who won and who lost. And I know that in Jefferson Parish, Reverend Williams, that Mr. Hardy, he supported the governor. And I go to show you people vote their interest. Mr. Hardy is a Republican, but he supported a Democrat because that was his interest. And he reminded people that when he was a successor for 20-something years or whatever, I forgot how many years, but it could have been, I'm saying 29 years or 39 years that he was a successor. And he reminded people that he always look out for them. He made sure he kept their tax down. He did tax exemption. So he told the people that's something that Mr. Edwards for, and he was arguing with a gentleman. And the gentleman said that's why his daughter's going out of state to look for a job upon those kind of endorsements. But I was saying that to say this is that people vote their interest in people who don't know. Dr. Williams, we got a call on line one. Call on line one.
Yes, I have a question. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
I have a question. What was it, or what is it that you two would think that Respondent would have done for Louisiana?
Well, number
because
one.
the statement is being made that Edward and what he didn't and what should have been done to bring on the show. And that was many times that he did express his plans. And it was not just for the black, it was just for the community. So are you saying, please inform me, are you saying that it would have been best for Respondent to have won? Did any of you all take anyone to the poll? Because Respondent only lost by less than 150 votes.
No, he lost by I think about 20,000 votes. The caller, what I'm saying
No. Look at your numbers again.
Yes, we're not saying,
lost.
caller, we're not saying that Respondent would have been better for the company, for the community. We're not saying anything of that nature. What we are saying is that they should have had a debate to inform the community what their plans was for the future. And what we are saying at this point is that individuals within the community should have meetings put together so that people can be aware of what the people that they're putting in charge will govern as far as the future is concerned. That's our plight. We didn't
okay,
say,
well let me say what actually happened, what I witnessed. Respondent, along with Trump, came to Louisiana. Edwards went to many churches, went to many community activities, functions that was given, and told their plan. Respondent did not have a concrete plan for Louisiana. Only thing he had, his plan was to get Trump here so he can get the Trumpettes there at the poll. Many times Edwards came around, and I don't understand why you all weren't fully informed of that. He gave a teacher's pay raise that had not been given in 10 years.
Gave a what?
That was a teacher's pay raise that had not been given.
We gave him credit. We gave him credit for that.
We say what we want to do for the black community.
His wife is a school teacher.
Southern University. Southern University is not falling down as you may think or someone has informed you because of the fact
we did not say,
Caller. Put monies in it.
Because we didn't say Southern University was falling down. We said that the dormitory at a lot of those schools is not.
The dormitory.
Right.
You said the dormitory. So are you saying that it was a cause of Edwards?
No, but I'm saying it's time for us to speak up. What I'm saying, caller. The people from Mr. Edwards campaign was they had a pastor in the church saying if responding win, he gonna close the black university down. He gonna take their food stamp, and we saying none of that's not gonna happen.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because when you spoke earlier, you gave the impression to me that all pastors, but now you said a pastor in the church.
No, I didn't say I said many pastors. I didn't say many.
Caller.
You just said
caller.
A pastor.
Caller.
So what I'm saying is, Blake, I listen to you guys, so please let me speak. I only have a few minutes. If I'm wrong, you can put it on the next show. Okay? What I'm saying is, please, if you want to give the numbers, I'm only asking, if you want to know what was said to the pastors before you bring and want to bring the others on, which they were already there. I don't know why you all weren't at their gathering. Why don't you bring a couple of those pastors who said what they said? Because the thing about it is that sometimes misinformed information, misguided information can be given and put out there as facts. And what they only are rumors. I respect this show to the highest. I'm just disappointed at this moment to see that only partially informed and rumors that was given out, and then it is being put on a platform as it is the factual truth. And so therefore, Edwards did go around. He did tell plans many times. Matter of fact, the Teachers Association, he went to them. They gave out things. They gave out things to the churches. I don't know if your church did not receive one, but it was given there. And so even if you have with a pastor, maybe that pastor could have brought Edwards in, because there were other pastors that brought him in. He didn't just go to just random places. There were other pastors that brought him in.
Caller,
therefore,
caller, on the onset of the program, if you would have been listening, on the onset of the program, we specified that basically talking about what blacks should do as far as being educated on who to vote for.
I wasn't speaking of the onset. What I'm speaking of is what I just heard.
We did not condemn John Bel Edwards, nor did we condone responding. Okay, we didn't do either one of those. Well, we basically said that they should have had a debate to educate the people on what they plan to do for the community. That was basically what we were trying to do.
It should not have. Why the debate? The respondent did not want to debate.
Whether he wanted to debate,
did not want to debate at all.
Whether he wanted to or not, that's something that to me that's something that should have been explained. As far as
respondent visited black churches. He visited black churches in New Orleans. I know one of them was churches, Prayer Tower, Church of God in Christ in New Orleans.
Okay, so therefore, that being that, then I think maybe I'm wrong because I'm not a professional.
But he wasn't invited to many others.
Then that should have been put out there even at the point of the speaking now.
we're aware that John Bel Edwards did a lot for the community, especially when he took over the office. He had to pass taxes and all to refund the money that was this parish.
He did a hell of a job.
This state was broke. Jindal left the state in a bad situation. But John Bel Edwards, he did a lot to revamp a lot of stuff that was happening within the community, and he's done a lot since he's been in office. That wasn't our plight this morning. We were basically talking about John Bel Edwards and responding care about not just the black community, but all the people in the community. We have a habit of just fixing where we just talk about African American. If he's governor, he's governor of all the people. His place should not be just.
Your thing said what he cares about the black community. I'm only referring to what I'm reading across that little line across the front. But I thank you guys, and it was very informative. You all have a good day.
Okay, thank you, and just want to say, in the reality that to the caller, we're not saying that.
Well, if you don't catch the show from the beginning,
we support Mr. Respondent. We're saying that in the future, for he got 98% of the black vote. Our question was, what he gonna get out of it? All we did, we deal with emotion, and what he's saying. I mean, if he attend every church every Sunday, if he don't do it for the community, I mean, what that does, they help the community. The only thing we saying is that the African American, we need to put aside, and Rev, I hate to say this, but anything tangible, and hear me real good, listening, viewing audience, that I ever got for the community for to help somebody that really, really needed help. It came from a Republican. Democrat tell you they'll meet with you in 2 weeks.
Charles, why don't we continue this on the next show?
Next show, yeah.
Next show. We'll
talk about we being prostituted by being a Democrat. That's gonna be the topic of the show.
Okay.
That next week that will be our top. We invite our callers to get in on the conversation, and we love you callers for calling. And it's a good discussion. I mean, you educate us, we educate you. I mean, this is what the show all about. Matter of fact, the show is for you, calling, and we love you for calling. And please call back again. And we thank everybody for listening and watching. And Dr. William, what we always say?
No such thing as being half dead.
If you're dead, you're dead. See you next week, and congratulations again to all the winners.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.